Hi students, so this will be your last unit, strain energy. So beginning itself I will tell you what and all we are going to study in this particular unit. Okay, so your unit number 7 is strain energy, very important unit and a simple unit also. You can easily attend every questions that comes under this unit. Okay, so it's very simple and unit only. The if you understand the concepts, so you can able to do this, you can able to attend your examinations very simple. Okay, yes. So what and all we are going to study is, first we will study about strain energy. What is strain energy? We will study about what are the application of loads, how and all we are applying load. So due to that application of load, how the strain energy behaves, that is we are going to study. So what are three types of loads? Gradually applied load, suddenly applied load, and impact load or falling load. Then some basic definitions which are very important, in this subject, that is proof resilience and modulus of resilience. Next one, we are going to derive strain energy stored in a body when the load is gradually applied. So we are going to study how much strain energy is stored in a body when a load is gradually applied, and we will derive. So what is the formula for the strain energy when gradually load applied? So we will derive the formula. I will teach you. So for that gradually applied load, for that one problem. And next one, we are going to study about suddenly applied load, and third one we are going to study about strain energy stored in a body when load is applied, when an impact load is applied on a body. Okay, so these are the three things, very mainly important things that we are going to focus in this particular unit number 7. This is your last unit, so within 2 or 3 lectures I will finish this unit. Okay, so first we will study about strain energy. So before studying about strain energy, shall we separate these two words, strain energy? Shall you separate these two words? What is strain actually? Strain is defined as the change in length to the original length. So it is nothing but some change in length due to the applied load. Strain is nothing but the failure of stress is known as strain. Okay, so stress is nothing but what? Stress is nothing but the internal resistance offered to deform, but at a particular limit only it will resist. Beyond the limit it can't resist, so the material may fail. That you have seen in your practically you have seen, right? In your universally testing mission and all, you can see that. So we have applied load, we have applied tensile load in a bar in a universal testing mission. What happened? So it resists for a particular period of time only. After that, a particular point, if the load is still there, it can't resist. At the particular point it will fail. Okay, so stress, what happened? Immediately the internal resistance that was also failed. So strain is nothing but what? The failure of stress is strain. So what is energy actually then? What is energy? Energy is nothing but any form of thing using that we can perform work, right? So in order we want to do work, we need what? Energy, right? So if you don't have energy, what will happen? Immediately we will not be able to perform any work, right? So everything we need energy. Yes, so energy is nothing but thing to perform a work. Okay, that is called as energy. So now if you combine these two words, strain energy, what is strain energy? So the energy to strain a material, the energy which is used to strain a material. Strain means what? There is a change in length or change in shape of a material to its original length, that is strain, right? So the energy which used to strain a material, that energy is called as strain energy. Very simply you can understand, right? Yes. So what is the energy actually? So we have different types of energy, right? So we have heat energy, we have electrical energy, chemical energy, gravitational energy. We have different types of energy, right? So in that particularly we have two types of energy. What are the two types of energy? Kinetic energy and potential energy. What is kinetic energy actually? See, I will explain you with a simple example. Okay, kinetic energy. So I will explain you with simple example. If you are eating food, that food contains some chemical, right? Using that chemical only converts as a energy in your body when you eat food. So you have eat food, that food has a chemical energy stored in your body. Okay, so now you are at rest, that energy is stored in your body. Okay, that energy is called as stored energy. That stored energy is called as potential energy. When you, after eating, you are using that stored energy to play, or you are doing some work. That is called as what you are playing using that stored energy. So while playing, what you will do, you will move here and there. So that energy, moving energy, is called as kinetic energy. Very simple, right? Yes. So these are the two types of energy. Potential energy is called nothing but stored energy. Kinetic energy is nothing but moving energy. Okay. So now we will move on to the definition. You can easily able to understand what is strain energy. See, the work energy. Energy is nothing but a thing, external need to perform a work. So the work energy stored by an elastic member is called as strain energy. Strain is nothing but what? Change in dimension. Elastic is also nothing but what? Elastic material, if you it will elongate or deform, right? That is elastic material. It will extend. So elastic material also can change its shape or size, right? So the work energy stored by an elastic member is called as strain energy, or it is called as resilience. So note that word, resilience. So strain energy is also called as what? Resilience. Okay. So now we will move on to the three types of load that we will apply, which we can apply on things. Okay. So the load on a member can be applied in three ways. Okay. So what are the three ways that we are going to see? So in the next lecture, I will explain what are the three types of load actually. Okay. So load on the member can be applied in three ways: gradually applied load, suddenly applied load, and impact load or falling load. So these are the three types of load: gradually applied load, suddenly applied load, impact load or falling load. Okay. So first we will move on to gradually applied load. So gradually applied load is nothing but the load little by little, slower by slowerly, load is increased. See, for example, I can take this pen. See, if I apply load, means what will happen? It will not tend to break. So little by little, I am applying load. So immediately at one point, what will happen? If the material doesn't have capacity to resist the load, means it will break. Yes. So gradually applied load is nothing but slowly the load is increased from zero, little by little, not a sudden particular. See, for example, I will tell you. See, this is a material. This material has a tendency to break at a load of 200 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay. So what is happening is I am applying load gradually, slowly, from 0 to 10 it's coming, 10 to, after 10 I am applying 20 kilonewton load. Likewise going, I'm applying 100 kilonewton load, and after that I'm applying 150 kilonewton load, and after that I'm applying 180, 190 and 200. So slowly, little by little I'm applying load. So at the particular point, it has the weakness, it can break at a point like 200. So from 0 to 100, 150, 180, 190 and at 200 only it will break. So from gradually, slowly, see, I can read this definition. This type of loading starting from 0 and slowly increasing uniformly, not varying. So it is uniformly, slowly it increased. So that type of applying load is called as gradually applied load. So this type of load is nothing but the loading starting from 0 and gradually increasing, okay, uniformly. Next one, so we will see the example. In universal testing machine and all, we are applying gradual load only. So slowly, little by little, we will increase the load. As you see light rise, yes. So next we will move on to suddenly applied load. When a load as a whole is applied instantly on a body, then it is called suddenly applied load. See, I will take the same example. See, this material can withstand only 200 kilonewton load. So suddenly I am not increasing from 0 to increasing gradually. Suddenly I am applying the 200 kilonewton load, not from 0, 200 kilonewton per meter cube load at the particular moment itself I am applying load. So that type of load is called as suddenly applying load. See, when a load is as a whole is applied instantly on a body, when a load applied instantly on a body, then the load is called as suddenly applied load. Okay, instantly applied on the body. So we will see some example. So load acting on a weighing machine. So you can see weighing machine, right, in your vegetable shop and all. What you will do, you will buy some vegetable. So for example, if you buying potatoes, what you will do, first you will gather how many potatoes you need. First you will take everything in a particular vessel, and after that what you will do, suddenly you will keep that weight on a weighing machine, right? So that is not, see, now for example I will tell you, see, this laptop is a weighing machine. I am keeping one vessel on that. So one by one potato, two potato, three potato, one by one I am not keeping. Yes, first what you will do, first you will take all the potatoes on a vessel. So you will have some 10 to 15 potatoes, and after that suddenly you will keep on a weighing machine, and you can see that readings, yes, weight, how much kilogram the particular vessel contains, right? So that is what suddenly applied load. So instantly the load is applied. So second example, load of a person while entering into lift. So if you have some weight, suddenly you are entering into the lift, so that load is considered as suddenly applied load. Third one is impact load. Okay, so impact load or falling load. When a load is allowed to fall from a certain height, then it is called as impact load or falling load. See here, load is applied falling. See, there are two types of example. Isod and Charpy test. The load is of the hammer on a material specimen is example of impact load. See, you have not seen that practical, right? So if you have been seen that practical means you can able to understand it clearly. See, what will happen is, suddenly, see, from a particular height, the load will go and impact. Okay, so due to that impact, some failure will happen. So that type of load is called as impact load, or they have given falling load. Some weight, some heavy weight material suddenly fall on some material, another material, or a sudden impact. So this material has some weight, so sudden impact from a certain height, sudden impact on a particular material, so that causes the material to break. So that type of load, sudden falling load from a certain height, that is called as impact load. So in case of Isod and Charpy test, the load is of the hammer on a material specimen is example of impact load. So I will read the definition from first. When a load is allowed to fall from a certain height, the load is allowed to fall. then it is called as impact load. So in this lecture we have studied about what is strain energy. I gave you what I've told you what is strain and what is energy actually, and I have taught you three types of load. Application of load. Okay, how you are going to apply. So three types of application. What are the three types of application? How you apply load? First, you will gradually apply, suddenly apply, impact load or falling load. Okay, so in next lecture I will teach you some definitions, and I will teach you what is the strain energy stored in a material when the material is gradually, when load is applied on the material gradually. Okay, so we will see in the next lecture. Thank you, students.